Hello everyone, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with a reading focusing on, of course, the person that you are thinking about and do they miss you? So we're going to be tackling a lot of issues and questions here today, so it might be a bit of a lengthy reading. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. General reading as always, so please do take from it what makes sense for you personally and release the rest. So this particular reading here, we will be focusing on those of you who are at a distance from one another, who are in separation. And so let's go ahead and begin, and let's take a look and see if they really are missing you. So I'm going to start with what their life has been like without you. All right, so let's start with this deck. This is by Bridget of Divine Essentials. This is the Masculine's Madness. What has their life been like without you in it? Angels and spirit guides, please, for whoever needs these messages here today. What has their life been like without you? I'm absolutely obsessed with you, obsessed. So you might have a masculine here despite the distance and separation. Part of this obsession might even be online. They could be stalking your social media pages, or they could even be reading through old text messages or emails, written correspondence, whatever that might be. There's something about you that they're still obsessed with. That's coming through for some masculines here, I feel, okay? This one says, I fantasize about you every night, seduction. So this particular deck, again, focused on the divine masculine energy. So my divine feminine's tuning in. This is where your masculine is at currently, obsessed with you, fantasizing about you. So before or when they're getting ready to go to bed, thinking about you late at night, something very sexual about these thoughts that they're having about you. And then look at the next card. I'm ready to open my heart. 888 could be either a number that you happen to be coming across lately, or this means something to you, that particular number. They're ready to open up their heart space. Maybe they weren't ready to do that before. That could also be part of the reason why you guys are at a distance, why they're obsessed with you, and perhaps thinking about those intimate moments that you guys have shared together. This card also coming through, I'm sick of pretending to be someone I'm not. So they could have been wearing a mask with you before. They could have been putting up a front. They had a facade. They could have been guarded for whatever reason. All right, so that's initially what's coming through for the masculine here. Let's go ahead and clarify with some tarot. This is the Sacred Secrets of the Heart Tarot by Jennifer Aquarius Tarot. You'll have to excuse me, guys. I am losing my voice. I just did so many readings yesterday, and I swear I sounded like I had laryngitis yesterday. Depending on how this reading goes, I may sound completely hoarse by the end of this reading, so sorry about that. But let's go ahead and let's clarify these messages here. So when it comes to your divine masculine, divine feminines, this is what's presenting itself. Look at this. They see you as a soulmate. In this particular deck, it does say soulmates, but for some of you, maybe you feel that this could be a twin flame connection. The Lover's card could represent Gemini for some of you. It doesn't matter that you guys are at a distance or in separation. Your masculine, divine feminine still feels so drawn to you, certainly sexually. We've seen that. And whenever we see the Lover's card, it's always offering someone a choice, a decision. And if they would ultimately want to bring the two of you back together, then perhaps the choice, the decision here, and part of what they might be obsessed with is to find a way to bring you guys back together. But perhaps this masculine is observing the feminine. You're kind of just doing your own thing. If you happen to be feminine watching, you're independent, you're solo, maybe you're single, maybe you're both single, but they're still definitely fantasizing about you. And also the fact that you're just not sitting at home pining away for them. You could be out there living your best life, divine feminines, and you might have a masculine that's observing all this, possibly, again, if they're able to keep tabs on you from a distance, certainly through social media. they're observing you and watching you, perhaps being very successful in whatever it is that you're doing in your life right now, or just overall living your life and not too focused on whatever happened between the two of you. Not to say that you're not thinking about your masculine or that you're not missing them as well, because there certainly is a potential for that. You yourself, Divine Feminine, could be fantasizing about your masculine in this way, or you could even relate to this, that you're obsessed with the thought of your masculine too. But this is definitely coming through from their end, that they think about you all the time. They are very focused on you, those intimate moments that you guys have shared, and maybe they're now finally recognizing that they weren't being real with you, and maybe they've got regrets about that, which is interesting why we've got this Five of Cups coming through, confirming those regrets when it comes to your masculine, feeling very lonesome and perhaps very melancholy over the fact that you guys are not together at this point in time. So Nine of Wands letting us know that this hasn't been an easy journey for this masculine. You could have been dealing with somebody who had issues in prior relationships where they ended up getting hurt, and therefore they could be coming forward with this very guarded energy, or that's how they were with you initially, wearing that mask, whatever that pertains to. This could also be someone who could have been deceptive or manipulative somehow, someone that wasn't fully open and honest with you at that time, but perhaps now they're coming through, letting us know here in this reading so far, I'm ready to open my heart. So this is coming through as far as where the masculine is at on this journey currently. Okay, so let's go ahead and add to this, and let's take a look at the Divine Feminine perspective. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use my dating scene oracle for the feminine. So let's go ahead and take a look and see, Divine Feminines, what has your life been like without your masculine? So we see that the masculine is still obsessed with the feminine. So feminines, where have you been on this journey without your masculine? For whoever needs these messages, does he or she miss you? I feel the masculines definitely do. There's this very nurturing, comforting energy that is coming forward for the feminines. Some of you could have already had children with your masculine, okay? And maybe right now you're just really focused on your family, your children, taking care of your family. We have Daredevil here. The sky's the limit, constantly craving new adventures. So what I get for the Divine Feminine, as I've mentioned, you're not sitting at home just allowing life to pass you by. You're out there living whatever these adventures might represent. For some of you, it could even be that you've moved on to another person, or maybe you're just starting to date and just really living your best life is what I'm getting. Look at this. You have a secret admirer, Divine Feminine. This could very well be your masculine observing you, obsessed with you from a distance. And it does say afraid to tell you how they feel. Okay, that's a part of what could be challenging your masculine here. Because remember, from these cards right here, they were wearing a mask, or possibly could still be. And it does say, I'm sick of pretending to be someone I'm not. And part of pretending could be that they weren't really into you. They could have been telling you these things or downplaying the connection. But the reality of it is they care for you. They love you. They're still missing you. They're pining for you, I feel. Let's go ahead and grab another message. For the feminine, life without your masculine. I feel right now you're just taking care of yourself, focusing on those in your life who need you. Head over heels. Okay, so there's still a part of your energy coming through, Divine Feminine, that you could still be head over heels over your masculine. And this could be you as well, that you are afraid to open up your heart, afraid to share your feelings with your masculine, especially considering the distance between the two of you. And then this is the bottom of the deck. Fun, life of the party. And I kind of get that for some of you, that you're just having fun right now. You're living your best life. You're enjoying these new adventures. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify these cards with some tarot. I'm going to pull from my tarot teacher deck here. Okay, so are you guys missing each other? What I'm getting here initially is the masculine definitely thinking about the feminine. Divine Feminine, I feel your masculine is always near and dear to your thoughts and in your heart, but you're definitely not putting life on hold. You're out there living your life. And, you know, that could be a literal meaning for some of the Divine Feminines, where you really do have a secret admirer, somebody that is interested in you, and maybe you don't even know this. Could be someone new who could be head over heels over you. Somebody that you could have met at a party or a gathering. The Four of Swords. Okay, so this is someone who is just needing time to themselves, taking a break from life's stresses. This is recuperation time. So that's pretty much what I'm getting for my feminines here, that you're working on overcoming your struggles when it comes to the partnership. And maybe this time alone has actually been beneficial for you, especially if you were dealing with a lot of anxieties and stresses over the connection. So what I get here is right now you're just nurturing yourself, taking care of you. Four of Pentacles. So we've got fours coming through here. Fours typically represent stability in tarot, but that could have certainly been an issue between you and your person. I'm getting here, Divine Feminine, that because we have an obsessed masculine that has presented itself here, if they are checking you out on social media, if they are keeping track by way of asking friends or mutual people that you guys know together, maybe they're just asking about you, like, how you doing? How are they doing? Are they dating someone else? Do they think about me? Do they ask about me? That sort of thing. The Four of Pentacles, too, could be someone who's greedy. Well, they could be greedy. Could possibly greedy with their money. That could have been an issue between the two of you, too, if you guys were arguing about that, finances. But I was going to say that you might be dealing with a masculine here who might be jealous of what they're seeing. If, in fact, you're either dating someone new, or they perhaps are checking you out on social media, keeping tabs on you that way. And if, for example, you are posting photos with other people and maybe they don't even know the full story, but they're still coming through with this jealous vibe, especially whatever, again, these new adventures might involve, Divine Feminine. Look at this. You've got the Knight of Cups coming in, clarifying secret admirer, afraid to tell you how they feel. There's someone here who has some real feelings for you. This is someone who could be a very romantic person. This is someone that you would enjoy dating, I feel, Divine Feminine. This could, of course, be pertaining to your masculine that you are thinking about. Knight of Cups could represent water energy, so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces for some of you. We've got all sorts of signs coming through here. We've got air, we've got earth signs, and water coming through. So whatever sign your person is, whatever sign you might be, it could be reflected here. But this is someone I feel who's really interested in you, Divine Feminine, whether again it represents someone new or it represents your person that you are estranged from. We've got the Eight of Pentacles here. So I feel for my Divine Feminines, you are working very hard at whatever it is that you are passionate about in your life. For some of you, that could be your career, your livelihood, whatever it is that you do for a living. It could be your family. It could be your children, if you share children with your masculine, or this could be a family that you've built with a prior partner, perhaps, from previous relationships. I'm also getting that you will be rewarded for all of these efforts. I'm getting too that we have a masculine here who's head over heels over you, Divine Feminine, and they're perhaps ready to put in as much work as is needed to be able to make this partnership work. It's someone from your past, you see. They're feeling very nostalgic about those happy memories that you guys have shared. You might have known this person for a very long time. Some of you, this could represent a childhood sweetheart, someone that you grew up with, somebody that you might have gone to school with or met at school. But there is the possibility here of a reunion for you and your masculine, Divine Feminine. That's what's representing itself here so far. So do they miss you? I feel they do, and I'm getting too that you miss them just as much as they miss you. That is what it is that we are focusing on here. All right, so let's move on to the next section and what's been challenging them during this time apart. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some cards from Mystic Moon's deck here. I believe this is the Twin Flame Journey Oracles deck. Angels and spirit guides, please, for all signs, whoever needs these messages. What's been challenging your person during this time apart, or just what's been challenging you as well? Let's take a look. What has been challenging this connection during the separation? Vibrations, okay. We've got winter, so this could be a relationship that has frozen, it's cold, it's stagnant, there's not a whole lot of movement. We have a no answer here, but look at this. We have a twin flame card coming through as well, and there's this need to balance the scales between the two of you. So let's clarify these cards here and see what's going on. I'm going to pull from the Pining Rose Twin Flame, or sorry, the Pining Rose Tarot deck by Calico Moon. So we've got soulmates, we've got twin flames coming through in this reading. What could be challenging as far as the vibrations, because I feel despite the distance, you're still feeling each other's energies. And when we miss someone that we are at a distance from, sometimes it's overwhelming and it hurts to really remember past times that you guys were together. And the reality of it is you're not with that person. That in and of itself could be very challenging. So let's see. I feel we've already established early on in this reading that you guys do miss each other, though. We've got the Queen of Pentacles coming through here. Look at this. And then we've got the King of Pentacles, but this King of Pentacles was coming up in the reverse. So there's something a little bit off about the energies and the connection. I feel at one point in time, you guys could have certainly represented a perfect match. The chemistry was really strong. I feel part of the reason maybe why things are frozen and there's not a whole lot of movement right now is because of this masculine, because it is coming up in the reverse. The King of Pentacles, you know, in the upright is someone who's looking to have something permanent and lasting in a partnership, but maybe things are frozen because this masculine wasn't very good at commitment, or again, wearing a false mask, pretending to be committed to the feminine. But the reality of it is that there could have been infidelities and secrets and issues tied into that type of vibe when it comes to the masculine, because this is somebody who's indulging perhaps in other connections. And it's interesting too that I mentioned earlier that somebody could be very greedy with their money, because the King of Pentacles in the reverse is someone who is greedy. That has presented itself in this reading. So if you guys were, for example, arguing about money, because we have a masculine here who could have been a tightwad. They could have been really cheap, or just, again, very greedy with their money and not really wanting to share. That could have been very challenging for some of you. You could have been bickering about silly stuff, and something as simple as, you know, how are we going to pay the bills this month, when you're not wanting to, you know, maybe go 50-50 or share our income, whatever, and however way that presented itself. Finances could have been a challenge here. Look at this. We've got the Six of Swords, so it is clarifying the answer is no. So here's the thing, because this is actually a good card coming through. It's about releasing past baggage. It's about a transition for two people. There's unfinished business here between the two of you. So if perhaps your answer for this person that you're thinking about is no, because you're upset with them, or whatever happened to break you guys up, maybe at one point in time you just weren't ready to even interact with this person, or they could have said no to you. But I feel, because you guys are transitioning away from the past, this no could certainly be turning into a yes. I feel again that you guys miss each other. So whatever was blocking you guys before, as far as getting rid of this stagnant, cold energy, you guys are transitioning away from what might have prevented union before. But someone is very much in their head about this connection. Okay, it is clarifying twin flame. So I feel we might have, and I'm just feeling it more so for the masculine, that they are trapped in their mental thoughts about what's going on in this connection. It's almost one of those things where they might have realized what this connection actually meant to them only after it ended. Okay, apologize for that noise in the background, sorry about that. And then we've got the Five of Pentacles here. Okay, so we've got lots of pentacles coming through, and we've got air coming through as well. So here we are with the financial hardships and poverty and loss and lack mindset. That is what the Five of Pentacles is all about. And clearly something was out of balance here between the two of you. That was challenging the partnership. So for some of you guys, it's not always infidelity and cheating. I feel you guys were arguing about either the lack of money or because somebody was greedy here. I'm feeling it more so for the masculine and how it's presenting itself here. So the Five of Pentacles is someone who's been left out in the cold, okay, which could be why we've got that Winter card showing up. So Divine Feminine, it could have been you that left your masculine out in the cold. But look at the bottom of the deck. We've got the Temperance card. Some of you guys could be focused on a Sagittarian, or you could have Sagittarius in your chart. This is the need for balance, as we can clearly see that's coming through, okay, in order to just move things to the next level where you guys are at peace with one another and with yourselves. And this is giving you guys the opportunity to perhaps work on the connection once again. It can represent a possible reunion or reconciliation. Okay, so let's move on to the next question that I have for this reading. What is truly in their heart about you? All right, so let's grab some insight from this deck. This is the Fire and Ice Lenormand deck by Angelic Revelation 144. What is truly in their heart about you? Angels and spirit guides, please, for whoever needs these messages. Oh my gosh, that truck that is making that noise. Okay, here we go. What is truly in their heart about you? We have a bear. Powerful, strong, and protective. That could certainly be how they see you, that you're a strong individual, or that you're also protecting your space right now. They might see you as this bear, you know, that they did something to piss you off, and you can only poke the bear so many times before it growls back at you, right? This makes such sense. This book being open and intimate, revealing secrets. So let me just go back to some of the messages that we've seen here in this reading. So if you recall, the Secret Admirer card came forward, okay? And also from the Divine Masculine, we've already seen that they are wearing a mask, possibly keeping secrets from the feminine. And then we also ended up getting this from the masculine. I'm ready to open my heart, 888, that number standing out, and those intimate moments. Okay, so it really is all coming full circle here. That they're ready to open their heart to you, but maybe they're afraid to share their feelings here because they know that they messed up, or they did or said something to hurt the connection. We've got union. Hands joined in marriage. For some of you guys, this could be interpreted in a few ways. You guys were already married and therefore went into separation because there could have been some challenges. Either you guys were arguing about money matters, or there could have been infidelities in the partnership. For others, this could represent the fact that with a reunion, you have the opportunity to commit to one another that could lead towards marriage. We've got seduction, romantic surprises, passionate encounters, and deep intimacy. So there's a lot coming through in this reading that they perhaps miss those intimate moments with you. They want to bring the romance back. And what I'm getting to here is it really isn't just about sex for this person. And I feel you could possibly feel the same way. You know, because I mean, two people can hook up and just have sex and that's it. But what I'm getting for this connection is that it's two people who legitimately care for one another and are expressing those feelings through intimacy, through making love, rather than just having two bodies going at it. You know, when it comes to this connection, I feel it's so much more than just sex. That's just what I'm getting. Look at this. We've got park, a fated meeting or reunion. So again, we've got this reference to two people who have the opportunity to find their way back to each other. We've got the possibility of two people who can find their way back and get married someday, because that clearly is indicated here. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify that. I'm going to pull from my Modern Day Seers Tarot and Oracle deck here, Tarot with a Twist. If you are new to my channel, this is a deck that I created especially for advanced beginners who are interested in wanting to learn how to read tarot. It's got upright and reversed meanings, and the twist here is that it includes new oracle messages as well as new court cards. Alright, so let's grab some additional guidance here to see what is truly in their heart about you. I mean, what's coming through here is they want those intimate moments, they want a reunion, possibly even marriage, long-term commitment, but I'm also getting that they are recognizing that they might have angered you, disappointed you, and that you're protecting your energy, your space right now. They recognize you as someone who's powerful and strong, and you can stand on your own 2 feet. So if you guys were arguing about money, I'm getting that this person now realizes you guys shouldn't have even been fighting about that, because you, the viewer, can certainly provide for yourself. Look at this. We've got red rose. I mean, look at the color red represented here. Okay? Deep love. The opportunity to renew this love. Eternal love. Fiery passion. Red hot chemistry. That is coming through here. We've got the angel of light coming through as well. In order to recognize the gift you are to others, you must recognize the gift you are to yourself. In order to see the light in the one you love, you must see the light within yourself. I'm here to illuminate the path towards your enlightenment. There is a way out, a light at the end of the tunnel. Go ahead, take that first step. I'll be there when you do. So there's healing that is needed here, I feel. And perhaps this is something that you're able to relate to, that you need to recognize the gift that you are to yourself first, and that you are a gift to the right person that's meant to be for you, meant to live this life with you. We do have the Ace of Swords. So this is a breakthrough, clarity, the need for honesty between two people, being able to make better decisions about the partnership. And I feel when it comes to the person you're thinking about, or the one that's thinking of you, they want this commitment. And it's also about cutting things and people out that no longer serve a purpose in our lives. So if there were, for example, third-party situations or infidelities in the partnership, and that's why you guys broke up, this is giving you guys a new opportunity to make it work this time. The Baroness of Air represents one of the new court cards in this deck. So this is representing divine feminine energy, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Or you simply are able to resonate with the characteristics of the Baroness of Air. This is someone who is an entrepreneur, someone, again, who is financially well off or able to stand on your own 2 feet financially. You could be the boss at your job. This is someone who is adventurous. We've already seen that when it comes to the divine feminine. Perhaps your masculine sees you as a very sensual lover, very smart and sassy. You love a good conversation. Interesting how this is coming through, because remember from the card earlier, this is someone who's the life of the party, representing the feminine in this deck. And I will show you guys that card in a second. Here we are. Life of the party. Fun. Okay, so that perhaps is how your masculine sees you. You are the life of the party. You walk into the room and, you know, everything just comes to life for them. That's really interesting. They see you as someone who's a fun-loving individual, somebody that they really enjoy spending time with. So I'm getting this for the divine masculine, seeing the feminine in this way. There's also something about red roses and perhaps the color red that, of course, is very romantic and passionate. Some of you guys might have enjoyed blindfolding each other, okay? So take that if it applies. And again, just romantic surprises that are on its way for the divine feminine. And then we've got the Ace of Cups coming through here. So this, for me, first and foremost, is about self-love, which I feel has a lot to do with this message from the Angel of Light. But no doubt, the love between the two of you is coming through. They still feel this deep connection with you. They want a new beginning. This is someone who's ready to commit, possibly even bring forward an offer of marriage. Those intimate moments that you guys have shared, they want to be able to experience more of that. And then we've got the Wheel of Fortune. Destiny, good luck, good karma. Things finally falling in your favor when it comes to this connection. New cycles. So something is happening here between you and your person, a shift in the energies and vibes of what's coming through. So even though you guys are in separation right now, there might be the opportunity to bring it back. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at when they're alone with nothing but their thoughts about you. What are they thinking? So I wanted to go ahead and grab some messages here. If I can grab that. Hold on one second here. I'm going to pull from my Thinking Man Oracle. So let's start with the Divine Masculine here. When they're alone with nothing but their thoughts about you, what are they thinking? So the masculine. What is the masculine thinking about the feminine? Take a look at that. I've always been really good at not catching feelings. then you had to come in and make me fall in love with you. Damn. So as you can see, we had a masculine here who had no intention of falling in love. Remember, they were wearing a mask. They perhaps were putting up a front, not really wanting the feminine to know that they actually did catch feelings. Okay, so this one does say, I love you enough to know you deserve better than me. All right, that could explain why you guys are in separation, why you're at a distance from one another. And even though they recognize this, the thing is, the masculine is still obsessed with the feminine. We are focusing ultimately on, do they miss you? They do. You know, so even though for some of you guys, your masculine sees that they treated you wrong, that they recognize this within themselves now through their own healing, through their growth and development since you guys have seen each other last. And you certainly could deserve someone better than this person, Divine Feminine, but they still fell in love with you. They still have feelings. Let's grab one more message. Hell yeah, size does matter because the size of my love for you is immeasurable. Wow. So yeah, for some of you guys, this is what's coming through from your masculine. You guys might not be together. You're at a distance from one another. For some of you guys, we've seen the possibility for a reunion it's here, okay? But that's no guarantee for every person tuning in that you guys are going to reconcile, because everyone's got their own free will. But what's coming through in this reading and the possibilities is that they still think about you, they love you, they care for you, they're still attracted to you, they're fantasizing about you, and yeah, they miss you. But this is the bottom of the deck for some of you. Look, it's the end of the road for us, no regrets. For some of you guys, maybe you already know that it's the end of the road for this connection for whatever reason, but you guys still miss each other. Okay, and then we have real men cry. So we have a masculine here who definitely has shed some tears over the fact that you guys had to part ways. Had to part ways. All right, so let's go ahead and grab some messages on behalf of the feminine. I'm going to pull from my Real Talk with Her Words of Wisdom deck. All right, Divine Feminine. When you're alone with nothing but your thoughts about your masculine, what are you thinking? So what's coming through here is we had a masculine who was not looking to get into anything serious perhaps, but somewhere along the line they developed real feelings, fell in love. But we might also have masculines who were not ready to commit, who had commitment issues, and that ultimately this could have even been something that they said to you when you guys parted ways. I love you enough to know you deserve better than me, because they knew that they were just ultimately going to end up hurting you. So they chose to end things because they love you rather than continue on this road and this journey, knowing that they weren't looking for commitment. Horizontal kisses are on fire with desire. I mean, we've already seen in this reading that those intimate moments were very passionate. Oh my goodness, look at these messages. Don't fight for someone that was never yours to keep. Okay, that could have been part of the challenge and why this masculine is saying, I love you enough to know you deserve better than me. Because perhaps you could have been dealing with somebody who was already committed elsewhere. And that's a part of your growth, Divine Feminine, recognizing that, you know, you weren't going to fight for someone any longer, that you knew it was just not going to play out the way you needed it to. However, look at this one. You finally found the one. Exhale. So by detaching from somebody that couldn't offer you perhaps what it was that you were looking for, somewhere along the line, perhaps on your journey, maybe some of you have already moved on to somebody that you feel is the one for you, or by taking control of your life, this is where you're headed, to be able to find someone that can be your ideal person, your perfect match in this lifetime. What else for the Divine Feminine? Make sure your heart is pounding for the right reasons, for the right love, for the right one. Exactly. And if it wasn't, with the person that's missing you, this is you perhaps, Divine Feminine, empowering yourself. You know, just wanting to be able to find the one, the right one for you. Look at this. Be mindful of the benefits you allow in the friend zone, okay? So friends who turned into lovers, and maybe it just really ended badly because someone was already in another partnership, in a committed partnership. Somebody could have already been married here, already had children, already had a family, and lines were crossed, okay? So take whatever part of these messages makes sense for your situation. All right. So let's move on and let's find out if they have regrets about the distance and separation here. I'm going to go ahead and pull from this deck. This is by Jennifer Aquarius Tarot, Divine Love Soul Connections. Do they have regrets about the distance and separation? I feel we've already kind of seen that they do. Maybe you both have regrets. Yeah, look at that. Cutting cords, you know, severing ties. We have victory of love, and then we have locked up, too damaged. And lastly, we have celebrations. I feel this is definitely painting a particular story. You guys had to cut each other out of your lives in order to be victorious in love. But this experience, you know, some of you guys, it might have definitely caused you to put up your walls, your boundaries, as far as being able to find future love. You know, as it says, locked up, too damaged. Somebody ended up hurting you, and maybe right now you just need to spend time on your own and to heal from something very painful that, you know, you had to cut ties with somebody, sever ties with a person. So if you're feeling like your heart isn't quite ready to open up, you know, that of course is something that you need to work through and heal forward so that you can find happy times with somebody so that you can be victorious in future love connections. So let's go ahead and clarify that. I'm going to pull from my Illuminated Star Tarot deck. Angels and spirit guides, please. Do they have regrets about the distance and separation? Do they have regrets that you had to cut ties, that you had to sever ties? Look at this. We've got the Ace of Cups, but it's coming up in the reverse. So that did come through earlier in the upright, but this time it's coming up in the reverse. So this is what I'm getting for some of you, especially when it comes to the person that you are thinking about for this reading. Once you guys went into separation, I feel they're struggling a little bit to be able to heal from this, struggling to focus on self-love and self-care, struggling to move on. Possibly they haven't dated anybody since, or they're not ready for love. I'm getting someone struggling here as far as moving forward. It could be the person that you are thinking about, but you could relate to that for yourself too. we've got the Star card coming through here. So as you can see, you can still have a wish that can manifest where you can be victorious in love. For some of you, yes, the possibility of a reunion, it's possible. But this is also telling you that by focusing on self-care, which again, this is in the reverse, by focusing on that, being able to take care of you, put yourself on your own priority list, you can find love again. If a reunion is not something that you are interested in. But this is hope that something can work itself out for some of you, but also hope as far as being able to find love elsewhere. I'm not surprised to see this, that we've got the Tower card clarifying locked up to damaged. Okay, because this could have been an unexpected breakup for some of you guys. You didn't see it coming, or that could be reversed. This is an awakening, okay? You had to experience something really difficult and painful and unexpected with someone in order to perhaps learn whatever life lessons you needed to learn. This could have represented a blessing in disguise, getting you out of a situation that was not good for you to begin with. So if you couldn't do it for yourself, this Tower moment happened and cut these cords for you. So I feel there's still healing that needs to happen here for some of you. And once that healing has happened, look at this. You've got the Two of Cups. So we do have celebrations here. We've got, interestingly, 2 cups right there. 2 of Cups right here. Victory of love could certainly result in marriage for some of you. We've seen that in this reading. You are meant to find your ideal mate in this lifetime. If it doesn't end up being the person that you're thinking of for this reading, this is telling you that you can still be victorious to be able to find the right person for you. So don't give up on finding love, because it can still find you. Okay, so let's grab some final thoughts for this reading here. I think I'm going to go ahead and pull from this deck. This is by Sister Moon Tarot, Stay Inspired Oracle cards. Angels and Spirit Guides, please. For whoever's watching, whoever needs these inspiring messages. Some final thoughts from your angels. Look at this. Can't make it up, guys. All right? Free yourself. This is your life. Don't live it restricted by your past or the opinions of others. Write a new story. Okay? And I do get that for some of you guys, that it is the end of the road as far as a partnership. But it could also be a blessing for you, because you're meant to find the one. And maybe that person was not the one. You can miss them. You can still have a very special place in your heart for them. But you guys are in separation for a reason. And maybe that Tower moment happened in order to get you back on the right track, is what I'm feeling here. Look at this. The feminine energy is presenting itself here. Gentle, nurturing, receptive, flexible, open. I get that, especially for my feminines. Remember that this card came through, if I can actually find it. So many cards here, sorry. Here it is. This was from the Divine Feminine cards earlier. Nurturing, comforting. So right now, Divine Feminine, you need to be very gentle and nurturing with yourself. Even if you did have to make some very difficult choices to free yourself from somebody that you still care for and love, but maybe there's just something there that was meant to go. It's very important to be present in the here and now. You know, we can't be stuck in the past, and it's nice to think about the future, but it's very important that we focus on where we're at right here, right now. What is it that you need to address? Is it grief? Always dissipates. Cry as long as you need to. Release your pain and tears. okay? Because that could be very healing. We've already seen the message from the Divine Masculine that they have shed some tears over this, even though it is the end for some of you guys. And this could be you, Divine Feminine, still feeling this grief. So you have to be kind to yourself. You have to be nurturing with yourself in order to heal this. Deal with it, feel it, process it, and then move on from it. We do have message coming through. This card does say, communication is needed, communication is coming, read between the lines, speak your truth. In order for the two of you to work it out and to have that successful reunion where it can actually withstand the test of time, there has to be open and honest communication. There can't be secrets. There can't be outside influences, interferences from other people, third parties, trust issues. All of those things need to be addressed and healed. So you might, for some of you guys, you might hear from the person that's missing you and you're missing them. Look at this. We've got shadows. You cannot have light without dark. It's true. And I feel the dark in this reading is represented by that tower. You had to go through the shadows. You had to go through something difficult in order to appreciate the light that's coming in. And that also came forward already. That's why you've got the angel of light helping you out on this journey. And last card, look at this. Freedom, okay? Free yourself and freedom. You are as free as you choose to be. Freedom is a mindset. It's true. Nobody has the capability to keep you caged or locked in or be kept a prisoner in a relationship or in a situation if you no longer want to be there. You have the freedom to break free, to move forward, to work on yourself, to learn whatever lessons you need to learn. Nobody has the capability of holding you back unless you allow yourself to be. Okay? And lastly, let's go ahead and grab some musical messages here. I'm going to pull from my Heart Songs deck here. If you're not familiar with the songs, see if you resonate with the lyrics that come through. So some final messages, musical messages for this reading. We have Open Arms by Journey. Lying beside you here in the dark, feeling your heartbeat with mine, softly you whisper, you're so sincere, how could our love be so blind? Okay, so take that if it makes sense. And you know, sometimes when we're in love, we really are blind to perhaps what could be challenging our partnerships. But I'm getting for some of you that your arms are still open wide to the possibilities of allowing this person back in. Lay Me Down by Sam Smith. There's a lot of reference here to those intimate moments, being with each other, that the closeness, that very special bond. And then we have Go All the Way by Raspberries. So this says, yes, I do. I believe that one day I will be where I was, right there, right next to you. And it's hard. The days just seem so dark. The moon and the stars are nothing without you. And it's interesting how we've got a couple of cards here referencing that dark energy, which we've seen in this reading, which I feel represents that tower moment that you guys have experienced. And then this card says, baby, please go all the way. It feels so right being with you here tonight. Please go all the way. Just hold me close. Don't ever let me go. So what I'm getting from that song is perhaps someone was hesitant and the other person just really wanted to take things to the next level, for you guys to be intimate, to spend time together, or to really talk about the relationship and where you guys ultimately want to see things go. So if either of you, if you were holding back from expressing yourself and telling the other person how you really felt, or if that's how they were, you know, there's this need to truly go all the way. It's like, don't stop now. Just tell me how you're feeling. Tell me what it is that you are hoping and what are your expectations in this partnership. Let's grab one more song here. And we have Yours by Shy. As I look into your eyes, I often fantasize about your kiss, baby. See, all of these intimate moments, and somehow I just knew that making love to you would be like this. I want to feel my skin against your skin, rub and kiss, and maybe then we can eat each other for dessert, babe. All right, so they miss it, they want it, they desire you. I feel you guys still desire each other. Some of you guys will have the opportunity to reconcile, but I feel for some of you, you also know that whatever it was that you experienced with that person, it's a part of your life's history, yes, but it came to an end for a reason. And maybe they'll always be a part of your heart. You will always be a part of theirs, but it is the end of the road for some of you. And maybe you've come to accept that. Maybe you just needed clarification on that. They're missing you. Clearly, you're missing them. Okay, so it really boils down to how it's all going to play out in your life when it comes to this person that you are thinking about and person that's thinking about you and missing you. So do they miss you? Yes, we've established that here. I feel you miss them just as much. So it's kind of 50-50. Some of you will reconcile, have the opportunity to start again, and others, you know, you've experienced this connection, but it's time to move on if you haven't already. Focus on yourself and your healing journey, and that might ultimately lead you towards the right person, the one, your ideal person who is meant to be with you in this lifetime. All right, so that's where I'm going to leave this one, guys. And if you're interested in your own personal private reading, that info is down below. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time.